nom abo Ghana man adesemai memo bibiara ajo zeba enwumbre no nom ebusua kase akan kase yebo wo big family radio kasa efrido embre no asoda ensam ahodo yensa ka na ya aboabo no yede ebosomo ende enwumbre ensam no adoso papa ye nemom zo sefatadet no ebi enim Mampayina Bezechi, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawomi akasa achem de ozen shaya wudu bugu akwemu mesmo bobwa ama mining ejumano wetum akonkan. Kane mampanyin yera Yohani Dramani Mahama se oba oboshe na koko mbia wo yedwuma wono nusu amon factories ahodwo na wegbe ndwuma ahodwo ewo abomo ne pa. And some from so na Kwame Bedi Akon Frankatuni Etama the new force we go poem from Mantema on addition on one archery and common. Yera Johnson is here doing Katia or the Quedu Casapa or Lobon and Anamats now when you been some day. And one wire campaign am NPP Amayo Kuno. Yera AGI4 and workers say what say and one now. Wapa dem brebi wa mpanyinfo watna se na wosesem kakra edema hwan ejabrane bi eyinitir ewo circle odona stores bobro beye edu enum de wa ye grobe ye beje ho amanebo na ye dinchemu abro ensam no ebin mekai ho na ya bone bedaw amazabo sumde enwumbe nonom ebusua kase akan kase bo wo big family radio kasa e freedom. Asadani B and BFM Store Trustees Network Group and a Big Family Multimedia Institute and one and Wobomechi Dom and Mamade in Sami Esumo or King Kenya Watamanka and Denbury Zin Amedo Ane Egata Kobana Dodona from Egata Koko school time was occupying. Afe Jebrei na mfa ensamano ninchemu emom Frankatuni zama NPP amayokuno Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ono enoda to Ghana fu enyim dem ono na ban de oba oboshe na wa aboa emma oye mining ye kind of small scale mining no wetum akodo ye pa onfa tabu ne bia entodo na okasa na ochem dem ye wo infuda wo drubi e wo oboboa am wetum weyi wa chede aha no gold analysis kokko esha aha so kokko esha enti oboshe na de minfri no o de bia bu poemu o man Ghana ha na oye galamse site ahodo mining na hodwo facham mining na hodwo on manga na hanom wetum aboa emo akodo ye pa ensemi odutugwa wa abekopue mu oboase east abatum peshedo asante mantemu ewo enoda mensema hodo na otugwa na okasa ochem dem obeye krapo mining fo no dodo na be billionaires ewo oman Ghana ha
miners enti ye pese ye boa omo so that we do responsible mining. The licensing, no, Yabema Omo licenses, and then the chiefs will be part of the licensing regime, and then we will decentralize the licensing process to the district level because Umomote Accra, they don't know the ground here. So we will bring it down here. The chiefs will be involved. Now Yama Omo licenses. Now Geological Survey Authority, Omo maps, no, any Omo surveys number. No more exactly where the gold is. Sano, you won't have try and error digging around and destroying the environment. You better set it up community mining scheme based on data to the Geological Survey Authority to say Koha and be here will give you mercury-free gold catcher machines, common use facilities. Now more mining, so areas are large scale no omo use no biom you be negotiating no omo na ya je amamo na mo tumi alcohol responsible mining. Me pese small scale miners no omunya the right equipment edi ye adwuma no enti me be hihye minerals development bank just as we've done for agric development bank for the farmers no ye be ye minerals development bank for the miners na ya ma omo equipment no motivate ye mining properly and then omotua kakra to pay for the equipment enti ye be bua miners no small scale miners no I'm going to make you millionaires. I am going to make you millionaires. You will do responsible mining in Ghana. There's no reason why we cannot. It is possible.
Abusia na owie no wansuwara na oye ohen obuasi east okas no chem de NPP abanbe no won swai bebre am won papa Anglo Gold Ashanti eshema obajegon nanso omampanyin na adodan kwakufo do be no en wa bohwe mende Anglo Gold Ashanti no wasna agena ndubiem papa na afenso NPP abanbe no wa ma ende obuasi east abatum peshe wofu no we nya oye esua pon ahodo ewo ho
de di kan e beda o ma se o ma chema bi asoboasefo so Anglo Gold Ashanti a ekọ fom na nanado baaye obo no ho moden ene MPs ne mpanyifo oboase kabom na omde Anglo Gold Ashanti san back me kan say na me say da o ma se MPP aban o ma breso ene boase yenso yenya varsity yada mo ase na me nhyiramo me de meka kire mampanya wo ba se eya metiti bi ho na metisa o ka se yan first year no mano na on to aso ka yan boase east de ye kan se ye sia na wa ha ne de ene ye de amano na on to
Abusia yen to akase egba no do no owie no na oye awofu mo was shem free senior high school ye wa be ye wa bo won papa day yi obaye den wa to aba ATNPP aban won wontum to aba ATNPP aban pa osande free SHS no one men dem won number one nan mo won ko school ni da no en wo ko school ta aba no de what to am NPP
about free education ho ban ya ba to am no ye njeja ya ho kura abasefo enye o ma ka man sadwuma ka gu
oba no na eji egu eso de eji aba ekwan ya ye nam uto esuo to atachenko a ene yaye nja de ntini entoma no tie beto ama no
wa ma ye manyina ko free education free e ma ko school wonu a de pe wonu a de beto ama no fo ase ya do ni problem me na wa yi from why we go free HS yeah mo branch ko kwa branch so ka bra ya ni me ko to ma why me to me nya nkoko o me nam nkoko ya
Abusia yetu akase bo no do Frankatoni zama NDC amayoku yewra mampayina da Yohani Dramani Mahama ono enokas na ochem dem ekopoemu ewo mbia ahodo wo manga na ha eben koko edwumate wo bo won mos ne pa egwum nanso ekopoemu wa enwuma sam awo ayeden wo ho ena afeso woni factories and the infra ahodo a wodi be de won edwuma august na ochem dem Ghana ya na yewo ye koko wa ha enso yitumetsena wa makobra ne botum fo koko otifi omanimum no da ko no krom no akadanda nanyo na akaye nzama bebre no da chocolate abre me ya agi edi enso abre kru ya Ghana ye yara no ya wambia wodo a yanka botum yenye oye factories ahodo wotum no wode de medwuma no nanso eyada onkodo ye kra o mampanyin da yero Yohani Dramani Mahama okopoemu ewo awowin abatum peshedo ewo atoye mantemu ewo no kopoe on nanan matsan ko ye ho no on woni de me anu babai on ndi anu kitisipa no bia no chem also one body oboshe na fertilizers ahodo a ekuafo benyam na wode gwonu kokodo na waboa em akate bia nkotomato esikoko mu no oboshe de se oba ni na obosha no ade amawan
afeso ya adwen se koko na de bia ye de kwa amanone na yakoye hu adwuma ho ne aye chocolate ne de abre no yes ya abre ya pese factory na yedi ye koko no yedi ba bibia yidua koko no ezu enti emre no druwa ye hwe bibia ti koko no dodo se factory ni emienu a western north na yɛde baako esi baby ne yɛde baako abesi awɔwe na nyame adom nti na yɛmabunu no anya adwuma ayɛ.
Enti abusia mampanyina da yewra Yohani Dramani Mahama. Well, and some from so Frankatuni, the NPP Amayokuno, Dr. Alahaji Mamudu Bawumia, also double to go HM free senior high school Yawabede, or your baby or your game changer pam, also or boy, this eben mapam. Kanunu nanka enya fumba ntumunko school nanka eska fumba nkotin utumoko school o manga ham nanso free senior high school bay wabwa ye payment day amanfo ntumuncho won school fees facham amanfo won ntumuncho school fees no and the way na oko school na okasa no ne mpanyimfa ahodo wobo no epoyemantemo no ne share and other mensma ahodo yi odoto no nyima o chem dem wabwa ye payment day adehye ebinum etumko free senior high school ne bi.
Na said ye Ghana aircono, na ye nkoda bebre, enya kwan enko senior high school. Na abeye sikasem, na sikafoma etimiko, na ohiamfoma omontiminko. Na yesu ye nimse Ghana ha, ohiamfo doso sen sikafo. Na ohiamfoma ntiminko dia enye Ghana, na yewo problem yebeka achiri ndi ye fa adwen se ye de hihye beba 3 SHS no na obia ma timiko sa senior high school nananom ye share sa
yanko ensanfu from Nana Kwame Bediako ono eye Frankatuni edema new force ono na mprempe America soko poemu ewa framantemu one addition wona etwetwe nkomo na okas na orichemu dem ebo poemu ewa framantemu a wonenga ma hodo bebre nkodo ye edwumasem nkoye wo ho ehwe ne apomudin sama onkoye da ma so school adan na school kwan na no onkoye kura enti okas na orichemu dem okita 12 pillars of economic freedom a odre bam ni na no babua amanyametum akoye pa abra kasa wodwumedi na se ewo howoi no e na kasa no rechem dem owonyama hodo odere babua oye amangana e na adesha from mantemum se yedre from mantemum fo am edwumasem akwatre pa edi amwan wunya edwuma nye wo brewe edwuma ho papa enti embeni ni am order from mantemum fo no wotumotentim na ba na woyi ni papa babua ama wotumebu oman ye amwan.
I am in the say. Sankaman Kasame campaign where I friend 276 and to some come a Pia or Ghana and come in Shaman neck. And so I am in the summer Bahamas Shabo. Adia Damakuma so meaning said to Duana a Juma Namupama Memoir. A Juma Namupama Memoir. Omunim Sampany Fonso Hana. Omunim se duduana muana. Omunim se mumbai here omana. Misremo Busha Medi entroyebia by a friend 12 pillars. Now 12 pillars, no. Pillar number 1 is say industrialization. Industrialization, just say Enfidijuma. Enfidijuma no, just say market way the war factories womb. There's a market way, say you viral, say you jelly, say you tomato, so factory by your word, Juma. Abema a Juma more about market in Imu. Abema Sikamo about Cronimu. Abema Yamania Juma. Yama Mimonia Juma. Yanyanumaya Juma. Say Juma in the best schools, Amamo. Say Juma in the best hospitals, Amamo. Say Juma in the best Mukwaya Mamo. Now a Bayan Casadia. So a casa of Baba Yakwaya Mawa. Okaso babe si hospital amawa oni sikano kasawa sikano wo voter region ase sabo shapile sinimwa mo be wo se pila 12 no e ka kire musika kura wo voter region ha $192 billion ayemo musika
yanko ensam fromwe Ositnani Edema NDC Amayokunu Yera Johnson Esiedo Enkatia Ode Sombo Abonan Ojia Wo Yaw JP Autodo Ebien a ono oye penipa the National House of Chiefs ano na ochema yewura oye onana oje awo ya ojebi otodebie no waye campaign ana wato support dama o mampina bezechi Dr. Alhaji Mahmud Bawumia na the men say no ena yewura Johnson na sie don katia okasa na ochem dem na na jebi ehwe ne campaign ahodro ye ma NPP na ade na osi ono de onane enya adwene kura na okasa na ochem dem epoe okopoe mu asante mantemu oye odumase ewa na yewura esie don katia oche na yewudi edu champion for one me dem we di ohene ne ho ye papa de wetum wata oye NPP amayokun echi de emom de obakasa na wetum ache de dam in order ye no wayan dam ne mom we yinyim de ono de ota NPP aban no echi
enunti sa politicians ya ade bi na enyambra nsemo ebetimi asai oman no a nananom ka na chese tuatwa ehemfo ekoto aba ayi wo mun eni animufo president of regional house of chiefs national house of chiefs na abaya tamsika odi wurawura mu atu bribe say ohire a won bayi na amanatra ho no no ye abai nipa abaye boni bia ontimi nka wamkotu toba afede a onu ka say ne boni ani say as gracia ankaye ntwam ya ayi e de as gracia man no so oman no sadi oman no ti ansese achiche oman sikasa ne boni ano no na serga na hemfo nyina mopani a odama no onu de ne ho akobo amanyosem a otimi edru baabia awura baabia e campaign ma MPP ebe den na se MPP ti akonya so na oman no se ya obetimi abie na no aka se de ekono nye nka nsem a ekoso parliament enti National House of Chiefs for free se munyina momra MPP NDC why speaker why mo metrasi
yewura Johnson esie don katia wa mo wansunwa okase na ochem dem NDC amayokunu oweni swado won kase pa de mo oman Ghana na won ni swado wo mo man Ghana ntino enya da won de eto awodo ojeje wo man Ghana ha no wode enzama bon ose NDC aban abadu biara na wojeje eto ana wojeje Ghana fo ni sika wode yempuntu ndwuma de mo oman no wode ya akwan hasupiti eskura dan ngwa wode enyama bebre e wo man mu say NPP ni o NDC ni o CPP ni o empo me wankasa no nyam emfaso dipa enti okasa na ochem dem NDC amayokude Ghana eto ojeje no wonfa nya de bon demom enwo na NDC fo de wudi sisie oman no
atra konwa so a oman sika ani moto a wudidi no yadiye empuntujuma yadiye nsua obia benumbi we NDC CPP PPP obenumbi yadiye kwanya we NDC CPP MPP nyenya ba fasubi yadi school daya obia babekobi so we party mo boni e party mo enti sani e mai enema NDC edanso de ababuamo eni se mo babu aye afiwe ni atuaba ni apamo na nakufuado eni ni mate eni aplankefo nyina yafra wo makoto
yemfa yenwentre ensam fufrumu Association of Ghana Industries and one and a world for the Ghana Custom Act 891 Obayan campaign phone share no one to say no one yes a crayaka crabby a woman mess mobile boam amonima who the woods no with akonkain Association of Ghana Industries and one and a worker say na pay nipada wanano a Dr. Humphrey Ayim Daki Edaki ono and workers and ochem them the maid na ya will see and working what to be a much Ghana yens Abia dem obo share no wetuma yes akaye bi e wo de menzamani mpa ye na wa aboa mo ne act 891 no wetum akonenim ye pa
Ghana Customs Act 891 referencing the Bank of Ghana exchange rate, and with this application the duties are set at the port every other week once the exchange rate changes. It has a cascading effect on the cost of doing business, and that which Western said is that by the end of the period, it has inflationary sentiment. It drives your policy rate. and it derails all your macroeconomic gains. Because, and I gave you a clear example of the debt of the country. And by virtue of the depreciation, your euro bond that you go in for is depreciated. And you need cedis to pay it. The flip side of it is that Ghana gets revenue, the GRA gets revenue once the exchange rate depreciates, all right? But when you compare the gains and the opportunity cost, and then by virtue of that, we are highly import dependent. And therefore, majority of our inputs, whether they are finished goods or intermediary goods, are imported.
Use the occasion.
So, anti abusia ma yanko and some from Ara was some about to go no paying them. A Jabrani be a unit or donna, and my stores Bible by a do enumade, ni nada asho drobem. Now, Alex Kenati, only a public relations officer, or the Ghana National Fire Service Mitre, or Dum Jokuno, or name some traffic Kasaya, or de and some I would do etuga.
At Odona, fortunately, our team at Circle are just a few minutes away from the scene, so they got there in good time, in about 5 minutes. The unfortunate thing for them was that because the fire was just at the edge of the gutter, or the Odona gutter, it was difficult for them to get access to the place. The fire tender couldn't obviously get to the scene. So we had a hard time trying to get the tender close to fight the fire. So we had to park at an adjoining warehouse and then lay a very long line of hose to be able to get to the scene. And when we got there, we realized that the fire was fast spreading. So our officers had to do well to protect the 3 warehouses that were very close to the scene. There was a telecommunication mast also there. So we also had to make sure that we mitigate the level of damage or the level of spread. And successfully, we were able to do that. We were able to, at the end of the day, only 15 wooden structures used for both domestic and commercial purposes were damaged, but we were able to salvage over 200 of these other wooden structures and the adjoining warehouses there.
You are listening to Big Family Radio. Big Family Radio.
Well, we are still looking at it. It could be anything. It could be wrong, it could be bad wiring, it could be negligence, it could even be illegal connection, because illegal connections were rife, and it ended up putting a lot of risk and putting our officers at a lot of risk, because then when we arrived at the scene, we had to call for ECG assistance to cut power supply to the area, but due to the how rife illegal connections was in the area, our officers had a hard time trying to fight the fire, because then there was still electricity passing through the area, and applying water to it, give them the risk of electrocution. So
you are listening to Big Family Radio. Big Family Radio.
Yeah, investigating to make sure that in the future such occurrences do not come back again.
Yatwa Kasia Bo no dome. Adeshi awo gomwa lome na wochema empayinfo akodi nsem bia wenwa anso ye kura eti onamdo prempem waye samtwofo hyem wode wona yodi atugwa asem yereke beye na wotwi bi obotwem ko ene nimpa beye bie ne bi wochem de wepepre ni na ya mentemo ho ase bi omanomdo gomwa lome afashem wonfinfinu mantemu na onamdo amedeme nimpe wono kopoemu aguna sredu aban ayersabia na me adwumedi okodui efri oye gomwa central woni independent parliamentary candidate oye Kwame Asari Oben adodo na wunim de ofan A+ no ono won sansam no nam do medame asemebe embebu no wa yo kire eda kire mpanifo awo de mebia ho
ne mafu ya adwende yebobo ya afese oye 2025 enti ya sha so fiden kapu president ne yetu nsafra amayoku me so oye NDC MPP no oye A+ say on your wing, I won't run for 100 matter. On a me, and she shall more into any food in Kaba, Waban, and check Walkers are bare. Mfɛ meet 30 minutes ɛdasa ɛnɛ wɔn kɔre wɔn yɛ wɔayɛ de ɔkɔre nti wɔn kɔre ankyɛn na yɛ MP na ɔyɛ current MP na ɔte so wɔfɛ nan na yɛ Gumo Central ɔbaa ɔno nso ɔbaa nkɔsɛ nkɛ wɔyɛ na yɛ de wi ɔkɔ na nkɛ April so bɛ sɛ enyim na ɛsɛ wɔn mmiɛnsa yɛ ɔbɛhyia ɔbɛyɛ program nti maame no ɔtena ha na April so bɔtɔ bɛ April so ba na bɔ ɛsɛ wɔn ɛnyɛ agye. Omoya Jamie and Kakana Boys, Mutofuna, the Ubia, Naya, say, one incoming MP. Ain't I brought a pass by Pepin or a committee chairman. Okay, there, Wap, went to a machine yard over the April, Akasanukani, Nay, I asked aha na April say to me am am ko nche maka je ne family the way dom na ayen ko ba ya the question will come like dom no be fume na aba na abayo program no so bibia ni so ba try nti ya come down nti ba ya 20 minutes na April also so wakasa no otuafo na da nyame ya aduma ye bom oba e okatra bi wan sa da oba ya amaye nti April so guru kasa na ehu se obi ato pure water odagu April say no do odi nimpen fu ya odi guru de April wanja wanka hwe na still ana okasa nti yehu yeti de yebu yekwanje no obi so aye akoto so oye MPP youth executive ofugomu alome nidin de ado okrase kan nti nimu na oye mpitepite ba ya me de yenka no kwa mi ye kramoyi muso ya me pa se me amisibi mu de April oyi otupa da na mia na meka engwase sam ne to April so wan yitu nti da ne oye yan fun wo frɛ president wo pese April so wa about 20 wo ma man yina wa wote no kwani kasa no to gbe no yeso ye kada mo aka atosema ye ato April so nti yeso ne ye be frɛ nsanjofo wo so aba nde ya ka no krom de April so ba wa mo tutu so obi je baby okada April so wo tutu na enye no kwa se se ya fun won ye wa ka current MP na chi MP so ba nta wo twi no onye hwe
frɛ A+ no one panicho because ye nim say A+ no baba bejilo me mai no bi oni adwuma mpo no wanya adwuma ya mesama sama no
the chance in front one block no ba pacho sa mo small impan say mo to impan so omra no ba ta mo dwuma de achi na mo wie na mo sa so ma mo twese kan na do so na so impan no sa ankol ba man ko mo akuna na asa den intemi say me fa bi ankami emi sa me mo ska say de sorry e pa so we ska ankami me so court na impan no say ba twese o twa otu wa ba ba chakun of so twa otu pa chene evidence na enti dem so makan
ne wi chema so ba no wa twa otu ba na twa otu ade no guta ne say me microphone and all this in the bottom kan twa otu na say boys na say what to pure na nema whatever ne boys enti ne ka tie e pele ka tie ayi funu de say what the bible wa me na faza no won so na wonja
yemfa yenwan tre ensan fufrumum Lady Pastor ono so sense a philanthropist nature dono oya adoye pa na owo English amemo metre UK e won odini dwuma pa na we po mu man Ghana wa kwaka ye adisha watepa Presbyterian Primary School wa kwaka won adoye sronko wo ahafo ano North Municipality wa Santamantemu eno de menza me akomone enzama wodo do kra ebi yembuku crayon so pencil atrodwe yara sharpness eraser omanso somo no adokodoko zeka ho ena nyoma hodo school fu botum de wonu dwuma no ena omo ne bi na abra odin zamalama no Lady Pastor oye Phyllis Echampo ado one sam traffic kasai ena otum afama no fo no chem dem won bra won ase na won ta school won ko school abren yinara na won sua ade yero be da chepa efama on mine no wie no so no bodem oboshe na school no afrini bia afibia no wetuma yado ye bi amon na wa aboa emamafoma no wonya gi school no worko ye pa no na madachi bi emafoma no so wonya nije no pa bi am adesua
because we know Colombians and may share the challenges and Colombian go through me and I think about how hard it is for parents so we do go school obeshe school career obete diane amano unni bimpa you calamity unkwa na oti a we okay but who oba also the medical school you have to provide for the child and it's very difficult Mr. T, something I said, say, and I pray specifically for London, Cologne, to go back to school now, move back. Na Yamagada Amafoni Abompai from Palano, so Muko school, they spend a long time in the school. Most of them, the teachers will have the heart to help the children to get somewhere. Jane said, it's not just that I have to do something physical for the children and to support the children as well. I'm not also every to school and money back to go to school. And me fundraising to buy school uniforms for parents and me and to school and it was such a good success. And I thought, well, I want to also come back to Ghana and do something that would also help our people in Ghana as well, because we are not how much more here. And my mom was like, you have to go to Presley. I said, look, Nico Presley, for Presley. And I was so astonished that school need a vision. I decided to gather school supplies. And today we are bringing some school supplies for the children. And not just that, I want to also have a look around and see how the school is and what you actually need for Presbyterian primary school. So maybe we don't impose and then then we can go back. Because I believe there was so mad there who make me happy. Not just having a dumping ground now they are doing back. If we want to see what we can do to also help, and then going forward, and we pray that this will be every year we will come back and give to the children.
Na ono ka se wie no na oye cheche ni pe no wo school mu ho na bezechi metre assistant headmistress oka say oye madam Margaret Frimpong approaching zaman no chemu dem oda obi biara se ogina oye school pehin no na name oye madam Emilia Yvonne amepote ogina name na wajen zaman no na approaching zaman we no chemu dem ye obi be kan Oliver Twist tell we here we ask for more into best said there mami on can be one ado yeah and your mouth the way you be any there will be in your desk desk mu akwa che wo ho Jesse what mo from a school dan no best said we paint to come am one na first when your computer I be for coin the men when you be pa no they do need ma entin ya no or the tunenyim
Emma, you will be shooting now. I'm not very aggressive. In fact, Mama, you're not doing. Yami, own sham papa. Emma, make an understanding administration. Say, I near maybe I be here. Mama, you may be here. I only pay the well, you will. That if you go back, you may say, Mama, the yakin now, the solution. The can't burn me. And I'm not persuasion. I'm going to show from that. So you're why you move a dream, Papa. I need to teach a phone of friend in the na could you live in America? Then said, the say I have a maybe a brilliant not to me a part of translation. If I should present the school, a pager, so can Yama make us a can say a boy, mammy, about so more than by one. The person who is school is the family. Now, painting or down home. The person down here and shame the say the school at pager. Now, a shake me, a shake, I will also any new Mama, I can paint in fire. So let me tree a school there. Come on. Now I have fair. Now you have books. You have desk. I shall not have classes. You not hear them to be brave. Not classes. I have French rich. I have a religious person. This is so proud. I saw one or yes, post. You need Jesus. And not discouraging family. Jesus. Shinkwa, your pa, and himself soon sporting activities. Yes, you're wearing more than what it's in one kind. I am just in the tree. Some of our age, boy, laying your laptop and computers near the finish a library. You set a bear camera, laying a light that class was out to your so, Baba, I am my papa, probably to know a community. The crowd, the mistress about the Yakari, when you have a family, also.
Eti ononyen ebusuya ha number makwan mamede enwumbre no nom ebusuya kase akanka siabo no mede besi amom asedan koma me producers oye abena papa bi akosua de pa and a blessing obo me chidro mamede nseme bosom okenkanya watamanka ende enwumbre izina mejedo ane jata Governor, do not from Eja Takoko school time was porcupine. Mema waina mo any say any sha adeshi makrawan.
You are listening to Big Family Radio. Big Family Radio. Obiase eye. You are listening to Big Family Radio.